So last week I talked about some reasons why people don't ask for help. Well, today I want to just kind of address what to expect after you ask for help and you realize you have maybe a behavior pattern, a thinking pattern, or some upset emotions that you want to try to learn to get a better handle on. You want to learn how to feel better and think better and maybe make different behavioral choices that cause you less upset and consequences. So first, let me say that once you ask for help, I'm really proud of you. Good for you. It's not easy to ask for help. It takes a lot of courage. And you may not feel that way right now, but trust me, a lot of people have a really hard time asking for help because it is so hard to do. It's hard to be vulnerable to yourself and to other people. So congrats on realizing that you want to feel better. So once you ask for help, the first step would be to find a counselor. Now, depending on where you live, you may have a lot of counselors available to you. And it can maybe seem overwhelming to think about choosing one. The first thing is maybe find your list, go down your list. A lot of therapists have a website, so check out their website, read about that therapist, what are they like, what's their practice like. You're the expert on you. You know what you like and what you don't like, and you know when you read something about a person whether you're gonna like that person or not. So then call them. You've narrowed down your list of few. Give that therapist a call and schedule your first appointment. During that first call, however, feel free to ask that person some questions. You know, that therapist is a person too, and they have their own thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors, and they have their own way of how they practice counseling and how they help people. And if you want to know if they're a right fit, you want to ask them some questions to see how they work. So maybe ask them, here's some questions to think about. Can I contact you out of session? Let's say you might need a little bit of support in the evenings or on the weekends. You might get lonely and depressed and you need someone to reach out to just get a little bit of support and remind you of how to deal with that. If that therapist isn't okay with that, then that may not be a good fit for you. Ask that therapist their method for giving feedback. There are people that prefer a therapist to just listen and support them emotionally. There are others that need a therapist that are more direct and will offer guidance to make decisions. There are other therapists that are very active and interactive in a session. Again, it's what do you want? Do you want someone to just listen to you, or do you want someone to offer you some direction and guidance? Now, you can ask that therapist their philosophy. Different therapists like to use different methods for helping people, and I can talk about all those different methods later, but ask that therapist, how do you believe about human behavior? How do you help people deal with their emotions and their thinking? And that therapist should be able to explain to you how they help individuals feel better. You can also ask the potential therapist what are their expectations for their clients. Some therapists give homework and expect their clients to practice techniques outside of the session. Some therapists have expectations regarding finances, regarding weekly or bi-weekly sessions, and again, you know, how do they expect their client to interact? What kind of feedback do they want from their clients in session? Based on those questions, you'll know if that person's a good fit for you or not. So then you make your first appointment. During that first appointment, you're maybe going to feel really scared, really anxious. You may have the urge to cancel the appointment. I get it. Again, it's scary to be vulnerable to a person. But during that first session, there's really not a lot of sharing, deep sharing that goes on. The first session is usually history. The therapist is going to ask questions, getting to know you, trying to figure out what your goals are, trying to figure out what your complaints are so that they can help you feel better about the thing that's bothering you. And it may take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sessions depending on how comfortable you are with that person to really get to the root of some things. So usually weekly therapy is good for a person, is recommended, but again, it depends on you and what you need and what you want. You can talk about that with the therapist. Know that you're not going to always leave the therapy session feeling great and happy. The hope is that you will feel good when you leave counseling, but counseling can disrupt your life a little bit because you're coming in and you're sharing and you're thinking and you're identifying areas of concern, areas of your life that are problematic, and you're then going to be asked to make some changes in your life, and those changes can disrupt things a little bit. It can cause a little bit of discomfort. It can cause some upset when you go home. But hopefully you're working with your therapist to set goals and have a plan for how to deal with those issues when they arise in your life outside of session. So know that counseling takes a little bit of time. Asking for help doesn't just mean that you're cured, and just going and talking to somebody doesn't mean that you're instantly feeling better. Because the counseling is an investment. You are worth it. You may not feel that way, but trust me that you are worth it to try to take some time to work on you and make the changes that you want to feel better in your life. And so know that, with a little bit of time, you'll start to feel better. You'll start to act differently, and life will get better for you. So because you're making a change by asking for help, and counseling is making a change for yourself, my wellness tip for you is to do something different this week. Go out and try a new cuisine. Go read a new book. Watch something different on TV. Go to a different social activity. Change is uncomfortable for everybody. Some people seem to flow with it better than others, but trust me, change is never comfortable. And if you're going out and you're doing something a little bit different, making a little bit of a change in your life, it's going to be easier for you in the future to ask for help and make changes that are going to help you feel better, think better, act better, relate better, and have a happier, fuller life. That's just a little nutshell on what to expect when you ask for help, and how the change process can be a little, it's exciting and it's fun, but a little uncomfortable at times too. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You'll be updated whenever I post a new video, but don't worry, new videos posted every week. Next week, I am talking about the thinking that can contribute to your upset, how it works and why, and some thoughts that are going to kind of trip you up. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. You can leave comments or questions below. I'll try to record a video about your questions or try to respond to answer any questions. Take care and see you next time. Bye.